Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining me in conversation with Andrew Kemp from KIND. Welcome, Andrew.
Thanks for having me, Jason. It's great to be here.
Mate, it's so good to be chatting with you, and we're going to have a little bit of a chat about Mikata in a second. But I would love, for those that don't know KIND, they're missing out, and I'd love for you to just briefly tell me what KIND is and does, because it's a pretty cool name.
Yeah, so we're Kind. We sell bamboo socks where 10% of the profits go to helping the animal on the sock. We did it because we think business can also do better. Our idea which we'd love to get is eventually that every company donates 10% of profits to a cause that makes sense for their business. And so that's why we're here. We're now in 800 stores globally. And yeah, we've got some funky socks. Of course, I've always got them on, so check them out. Don't know when I last did that on an interview, but yeah, that's that.
Man, I absolutely love your story because I think that what's cool about what you guys are doing is instead of it being top down and mandated by a government, or you're doing this voluntarily. There's a lot of companies, it feels like nowadays, that are trying to bolt on a social conscience to their business after the fact. And it comes off as a little bit fake in the sense that maybe they've got some ESG goals they've got to hit because they're a public company or something like that. And so maybe it feels a little bit forced. But for you guys, you've always had a social conscience right from day one. This was built and baked in to the fiber of your business. So it's not like you added this concept later to try to win some more business with consumers. This was at the heart of what you do from day dot, right?
Absolutely. And it's been incredible to see the response from customers for they see how, I guess, intrinsic it is to our business and how genuine we are about trying to improve the world. Everything that we're doing, we use the best type of cardboard. We're trying to get our supply chain as green and as ethical as possible. And then I think the most interesting thing is obviously everyone is out there running Facebook ads or getting some type of response or reviews from customers, and how much of a tailwind it is just purely from a business standpoint to actually do the right thing and have customers come to bat for us. That's the biggest thing for us. All businesses have some detractors, but our customers attack's the wrong word, but really go at our detractors and say, actually, no, hold on. No other business is donating 10%. So we're trying to do it in the right way and just, grow, I guess, a bit by bit.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is your customers are defenders. They're defenders of your brand. And I guess if you can mobilize a community on your behalf, then that's a great thing, because you can't be in every single thread. You can't be on every single comment section in YouTube. You can't be everywhere all the time defending your brand. And so if you have a great experience with your customers and they have a great experience with you and they align from a values perspective with your brand, then they're going to defend you if the opportunity ever comes to do so. Or if not defend you, then definitely promote you. And that's the kind of viral word of mouth advertising we all crave. But instead of it being based purely on, I don't know, maybe product quality, or based purely on the image that a product gives you or how it makes you feel, there is this social component of it. And there is this element of social responsibility and values that people are tapping into and feel like they're a part of.
Absolutely. And I think the biggest thing is because it's part of the business model and it's not an afterthought, it guides everything that we're doing. So we do 10% of profits go to the animal on the sock, and we have direct relationships with charities. And I thought, to begin with, my partner started it, Lucy Jeffrey, young solo female entrepreneur. She's always been trying to push the business in the right way. And I said, honey, why don't we, she's also my partner. I don't speak to colleagues like that. Honey, why don't we just donate money at the end of the year? And that can be in the back of our mind. Don't have to give ourselves that off balance sheet liability. I'm thinking as a financier, and Lucy's like, no, you don't get it. This is what we do. This is everything about the business. So it's really powerful.
Absolutely love it. Now, you guys currently, you have a B2B side of the business and a B2C slash D2C. It's D2C really because you're the manufacturers of the product. You're selling direct to consumer via Shopify, but you also have other retailers that carry your product. You had a fantastic experience with Shopify, as many D2C brands do. It's a great platform for D2C brands. Not so good for B2B brands, not so good from a B2B functionality. And most of the brands that I see that are using Shopify for B2B, they try to use an extension, an app, a plugin, some kind of added enhanced functionality on Shopify to give it B2B superpowers, when it was really never ever designed from the ground up to be a B2B platform. And that's how you came to find out about Mikata, not because you wanted to get off of Shopify for D2C, but because you recognized it has some gaps when it comes to B2B, and you were like, man, there's got to be a better way.
Yeah, absolutely. Shopify as like our core platform has been incredible for us. We're a relatively small business in terms of the amount of people, and then rolling out to different wholesale platforms, connecting up through different apps to give that added functionality, like you mentioned, is good, but it's not great. And we still had some problems and gaps that we were trying to correct. Invoicing needs to be easier. I want a direct connection to Shopify so it then plugs directly into my warehouse so the orders just sync through. I don't have to worry about admin around payments, chasing customers, that type of thing, where you just get to that point where before you know it, why on earth you've got to hire someone for all three of these different sections,
Yeah.
and it's cost prohibitive. And if you're a relatively small business, it's just going to be impossible to do. So I can see why people really just stick to the B2C side with Shopify and stay there, but don't actually expand into B2B. And that's where we were looking. So we had an app before that we were using. It didn't really tick off those three boxes that we were talking about before. And that's why we kept looking and came across Mikata and have been using them guys since.
Yeah, and before we talk a little bit more about Mikata, I think you have echoed, your sentiments have exactly echoed what I've witnessed in the consulting space. And I consult to a lot of B2B brands and D2C brands that want to establish a B2B channel. And one of the motivations for having the B2B channel alongside their D2C channel is to help de-risk their business, because then they offset some of the sky high and rising CAC costs by
Absolutely.
offloading that to other distribution partners. But also, it's impossible as a D2C brand. You even look at somebody as big as Allbirds. It's impossible from a D2C perspective for them to be in front of and get in front of every single potential customer across every single potential channel and geography. It's literally impossible. There's not enough money for you to ever be able to do that. And so by having that B2B channel, it helps bring up your economies of scale, because you're usually selling in bulk to your resellers, but also they're in places that you may never ever be. And so from a distribution perspective, it allows you to be represented in channels and markets that you just may never get to.
Absolutely. And like you say, CAC is getting worse and it's going to continue to get worse. Outside of core period, which for us is November, December, we're a Christmas product. Everybody loves socks and Christmas. We really cannot compete in comparison to some of the other brands for 10 months of the year. And like you say, we need to be where our customers are, and they need to have an easy experience where we stock in a lot of podiatrists, a lot of physiotherapists, gift stores, boutique clothing stores, and they've got people coming in all day, every day, all throughout the year. And yes, they might have a double conversion rate come November, December, but that really just helps to smooth out that business. And rather than doing that peak planning, we've just now got a solid business that kind of is about the same size of our direct to consumer business, and it ticks on in the background as easy as anything, no marketing costs, and it just continues to bubble and it's growing.
That's freaking awesome to hear. You're pretty much the prototypical, you've rolled out the prototypical perfect channel mix that helps to bring down the lumpiness outside of the business and helps you to be more sustainable, not just sustainable environmentally, but also more sustainable from a commercial perspective as well. So looking at it through those dual lenses is really critical for your business. And I think it should be critical for lots of businesses. And how did you first hear about Mikata in the first place?
Yeah, so like I said, we were Googling around. We wanted to find a product that is just going to tick off those big problems that we had, reduce our admin, remove the worries around invoicing for our customers, make sure that we don't have to worry about chasing payments, and have a direct connection into Shopify, our warehouse, so that we can get everything moving seamlessly through. And so you look around for all those places, you don't find anyone that's got good reviews in the first place, or if you do find good reviews, they're multi thousands of pounds a year. Oh, yeah, that's where we're in the UK. And it's just, you think, what am I doing? Why am I bothering with this? And so you need a solution that's going to be cost effective and at kind of like 200 US dollars a month. That's why we came across Mikata and thought, actually, this is where we need to be. It's one sale for us. If we're getting more than one sale, we're fine. So
Yeah.
it's an easy sell for us. We can connect for free, which we did, got everything in, plugged in, send it to one of our customers that we know is looking to go direct with us in a bit more detail. And they were like, yep, easy, done. Catalog, payment details, address details, order through, fulfilled. No worries. That's what
And
it should be.
the cool thing about this is it almost feels like you were at the time looking for the Shopify of B2B, right? You were going, there's got to be almost an equivalent of Shopify out there that is 100% from the ground up designed for B2B, is not going to break the bank, is easy to use, fast to implement, is fast to implement to Shopify. But until you came across Mikata, you really hadn't found that silver bullet yet.
Crazy to think how long Shopify been going, and B2B commerce is a ginormous section and sliver of that market, and there still wasn't something. I'm really surprised that they haven't done it themselves. But then, yeah, to finally find someone that does do it and does do it well. And probably, I think the main thing for me is just like speed. Everything is really quick. And that's one of the things that Shopify has done well as a small business owner. I don't need to think about load times, image optimization, writing different SEO, all that sort of stuff. It's just all pretty much done, seamless integration, and then we can get the order really quickly and get it back out to our customers really quickly.
And the other cool thing that I like about your business model is that because we've integrated Shopify into Mikata for products flowing down, and we've integrated with orders going back up, because you've already got your business processes, your order management, your fulfillment, that's already happening seamlessly in the Shopify world. So we don't want to go and completely upset the apple cart there if we don't have to. And so by having those two talking to each other and sharing data with each other, you can create a really awesome, dedicated B2B experience on Mikata, but have all the benefits of still running Shopify for D2C and fulfillment and all those pieces that Shopify is already great at and has a lot of out-of-the-box, over 8,000 apps now with out-of-the-box integrations on Shopify. You get all of the benefits with none of the downsides.
Yeah, and my eyes glaze over when I start to think about APIs and all that sort of stuff, but you just don't need to worry about that. It's super, I think that's probably the biggest thing, is I don't actually need to do any other connection other than just click one or two buttons and all of that's done. Someone who's techie and smart has worked out, okay, I pass the order across to the system, and that system, I don't even know, what those are. And nor do I want to as a small business owner. I just want to get a solution that gets it done.
Mate, look, I have seriously enjoyed our conversation. I appreciate your help. You're one of our foundation customers. You're one of our design partners. You've been giving amazing feedback about the platform to help us make sure we're not perfect either. Between us all, we've got some really great experience in the space. There's no way you can know it all. And you have to be getting validation, and you have to be getting feedback from actual real clients and merchants using your technology to where you can actually even be sure that you've got great product market fit or not. And so I guess we just really appreciate your feedback in actual day-to-day use and say, no, it needs to do this. No, it needs to do this with Shopify. No, it needs to do this. No, it needs to work like this. And then not all merchants have the bandwidth or the time to give that level of detailed feedback back. And so they just use the platform. But in your case, you've gone far beyond just using the platform, and you've given us such valuable insights into the day-to-day usage of the platform that we can then enhance and extend the platform over time, which is what we always intended to do. But it really does require that 360-degree feedback loop for us to be able to do our jobs. So first of all, I want to thank you for being a client of Mikata. I want to thank you for having enough of a vision and enough of a willingness to try a platform that isn't Shopify for your B2B side of your business, and to take that risk, because it's always a risk when you take on a new platform. And also just super appreciate your detailed and valuable feedback on the platform. And look, we're going to hopefully grow right alongside you. And hopefully as your B2B business grows, we'll enhance and extend the functionality of Mikata over time. And I expect us to have a really long and fruitful working relationship together. So I really appreciate your help.
No problems. Thanks, Jason. And I think you've overdone it. I've maybe given 2 pieces of feedback, and they were definitely not deal breakers. So it's just easy for me. Just, hey guys, like I did a tiny tweak here and you're good to go. So yeah, keep up the good work and good luck.
Thank you so much. Talk soon. Bye.